What? What? I beg your pardon.
Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to another off-season episode here on the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Yeah, myself, Andrew, and we got Mr. Optimism, Mr. Redskin, our boy Chris back in the building after some long time away. Chris, welcome back, my guy.
Yeah, long hiatus. But very superstitious also.
Hey, it might have paid off. We went to the NC Championship. We lost the NC Championship. Hey, we made it, though.
Yeah, we made it. Not the result we wanted in that game, but we'll come back next season stronger. After we hopefully make a few adjustments. Acquisitions. Make some stuff. Shit.
Hey, man.
We good to go come next season.
Hey, man, time's changing. Andrew, what's going on?
Howdy. Good to be back.
Yeah, man. Took a little bit of a break, and we're gonna take another break post Super Bowl, guys, because what you see here around me and all around you is gonna change. We're gonna do some rebranding, some retooling. But we got trade market, all pro, Pro Bowl, award-winning defensive player and offensive player of the years on the trade market. You might be getting new jerseys in the near future. Got a lot to talk about, guys. Before we do anything like that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Road to 500 subscribers keeps going. We're at 458 subs. We are 42 away from 500. So get us there, share it with your friends, and turn on that post notification bell. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. But guys, the biggest news coming out this weekend was obviously the Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis trade. I wake up Sunday to that, and I'm thinking it can't get any crazier than that. Monday morning comes, and 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 3rd fastest man to reach 100 or more sacks before turning the age of 30. When you think of the Cleveland Browns' current day, you think of this man. Number 95, Myles Garrett, requested a trade. I'm gonna start with Myles Garrett. We'll move on to a certain Triple Crown word. But how did y'all feel waking up Sunday morning and you see Myles Garrett's on the trade market? How'd y'all feel?
Excited. Because that means we can get him. And we have the cap space to get him. We have picks to get him. We have players we can give up. We can get him. We are the betting odds favorite to land him right now. And I feel like there is a very good possibility he ends up in Washington. So this is, I think, something that's been speculated for a while. I mean, there's always been sort of talk about him leaving, but it's now finally official. He's going to be traded out of Cleveland and come into Washington. So looking forward to it.
Chris, what about you?
Don't want him. Don't want him.
What?
Okay.
To be honest, as a player, I've lost all respect for the dude after what he did to Mason Rudolph that time.
All right. Touche. However, I think enough time has passed to where I think they're both good.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like the guy's getting up there in age.
Okay.
I mean, Bobby Wagner did too, when we picked him up. But Bobby Wagner, he ain't no head case. I feel like Myles Garrett would be a head case in the locker room, and we don't need that.
I don't know if he
I
is
feel
much
like
of a head case.
Yes, we need somebody to pair up with Dante Fowler Jr., but I don't want him. To be honest, I would rather take the chances on the kid out of Marshall.
Mike Green.
Mike Green. Somebody that we can develop. Yeah, Myles Garrett is a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, but
he is that guy.
I'm just not taking it. I don't think it would fit well. Like I said, I feel like he he'd be a head case in the locker room if something didn't go his way.
I didn't expect this from you, Chris.
Me
I
neither.
I,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I just don't.
What's to say that we can't get Myles Garrett and also draft someone to develop, Chris? I mean, it's not like there's only going to be two edge rushers playing the
Because
entire game. We'll
because
have rotational
oh well,
guys.
because
No,
Fowler
no,
was on a
no.
1 year deal.
It's
I
true.
get that. I get that. But
Although we should resign Fowler.
Oh, for sure.
yeah, we probably will, to be honest, because I think he wants to stay up here. If
10.5 sacks
anything,
for sure.
if anything, like I said, Cleveland or somebody else could have, other than Philly. Please don't let it be
Oh,
Philly,
please don't be
Dallas, or
Philly.
New York. Please don't let it be Philly, Dallas, or New York. But out of the NFC East, anybody else can have them. You know,
Interesting.
it just
Interesting.
I don't think it'll sit well.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
maybe as of right now, but I mean, maybe in the because I was the same way with Dan Quinn when we first hired him.
true. You were.
But then it grew on me, so maybe the same thing might happen.
Mhm.
might be like, I don't want him now, but then I think about it over and over. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe he's not so bad. Just maybe give him a chance. But
Mhm.
yeah, but as a player, man, when he did that, he just. I know it's years on years now, but
Left a bad
yeah,
taste in your mouth.
yes.
Fair enough. Andrew brought up betting odds, and according to DraftKings, so we're not sponsored by, but we'd love to be sponsored by you guys. Shout out DraftKings. Um, Myles Garrett next team. The Browns are obviously at plus 300 because they're going to do everything in their power to keep him, including their GM and owners saying we're not trading him. But you know what? That's going to be a lie.
They're not keeping him.
So let's consider them a non-factor. Washington's number one at plus 450. The Raiders are at 2 plus 650. So pairing him up with Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. Ooh, baby, baby. Number 3 is the Detroit Lions, pairing him up with Hutch and Zadarius Smith if they bring him back. Oh, my Lord. And then the Patriots at 4 at plus 850. The Packers at 5 plus 950. And then the Bears, Cardinals, Chargers, and Eagles. Um, I don't. I think the two most likely teams will be the Raiders and Lions. I think the Lions want that piece next to Hutch, considering he is still obviously not walking, or if not walking, he's on crutches, and he probably won't be healthy until the season starts. But could you imagine Hutch on one side, Myles Garrett on the other,
Oh, and we gotta play
Deadly.
them next.
and Ali McNeil in the middle?
Dude, and we gotta play them next season. Oh hell no!
That would be disgusting.
So you think the Raiders have a better chance than us of getting him?
I do because they have better draft
Really?
capital.
True.
Yeah,
They have a new head coach in Pete Carroll, new OC in Chip Kelly. They're going to be in the QB market, yes, but they want someone to pair with a Max Crosby, and especially with Christian Wilkins going down, Brady being the 10% owner. Them, I forget who made the new GM over there is. I think it's Spidnick or Spidik. It's a weird last name, and I apologize. But I think they're going to want to make a splash move besides trying to draft Shador Sanders or Jackson Dart or Cam Ward or McMillan or Gabriel, on top
Mhm.
of whoever they bring in free agency, is I think they're going to want to go on defense and say, all right, if Max goes down, who's our guy? That
They do have a lot of
Miles,
cap, it looks like.
and they have a lot of cap space. Miles Garrett
But
and
we do
Hutch have
too.
always been like this. I've Garrett a little bit higher than Hutch, than Max. But imagine Crosby on one end and the graveyard of Miles Garrett on the other. Dude, that would be insane for the
Yeah,
AFC West.
big time.
What do y'all think?
I don't know.
If it was down to if you were the Cleveland Browns and you had the Lions on one hand in your left hand phone saying we're gonna give up whatever you want, and the Raiders call up and say, "We'll give you whatever you want for Garrett," who would you accept the offer from, Detroit or Las Vegas?
Vegas.
Vegas, probably. Yeah,
Okay,
I'd agree with that.
just based on their projections of not doing so well.
That, and I mean, I feel like Vegas, may, I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of stumped.
It's hard because both defensive lines are good defensive lines. Let's be honest
Hmm
here. It's just, do you want him staying in your conference and playing him once a year,
Well,
maybe?
here's the thing. Actually, I'm gonna go with Lions, and
Okay.
that's just because Myles Garrett has said he wants to win. That's his reason
Yes.
for requesting a trade. It's not for contract leverage with the Browns with another team. He's publicly come out and said he wants to go to a different team where he's gonna win. That's not gonna happen in Vegas. Vegas
Oh yeah.
sucks, and they're gonna suck next year. So he's not gonna want to go there. I don't think the team is going to send him there if he doesn't want to be there.
Right.
I think. Look, I think if he went to Detroit, I think Detroit would have one last shot at the Super Bowl. That being next season,
Yes.
because it,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I think their Super Bowl window is closing soon, and it very well could be next season. I seen a post after we went up into Detroit. Nobody thought we were gonna fucking win that game. Nobody did, and we won that game. And I seen somebody say, and it wasn't a Washington fan, but I did see somebody say, I think Detroit's Super Bowl window is starting to close. And to be honest, it very well could be because Jared Goff is getting up there in age. Uh, yeah, Jameson Williams, he's still young, but he's gonna get up there in age soon. Uh,
They just lost both coordinators and like their
they
assistant
yeah
DC
they
and something
lost
else.
they lost Ben Johnson to the Bears. They
Yep.
lost Aaron Glenn to the Jets.
Jets.
Um,
They lost like their D line coach to New
yeah,
England, I think.
I mean they and if you can't replace those guys, then it looks like it's starting to close. And trust me, I like Dan Campbell and all, but I don't know, man. And if he went to Cleveland, yeah, or Detroit, yeah, it would be nasty with that defensive line, but I don't know. I feel like Vegas, yes, isn't doing that well, but they have so much draft capital, or at least some cap,
Yeah.
uh, that they could build up to where that hey, maybe they could pull a 2024 Washington Redskins season.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be very well the case. But
Or they could just come to Washington. Like
Yeah.
we're not on the decline.
No.
Our
no,
Super
we're
Bowl
not.
window isn't closing anytime soon.
If anything, it
No.
This is a team he would want to be at.
Oh yeah, it probably would be, and we're not on the decline. Actually, we're on the damn rise. I
Obviously, yeah.
mean, a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of free agents that want to come to Washington.
Yep.
But like I said, us picking up Myles Garrett, I just don't think it would be good. I feel like he'd be a head case. And not only that, how much money is he going to want out of Adam Peters and Josh Harris and them? Like how much
I
money?
don't think his contract's gonna be an issue. I'm gonna look it up real quick, but I don't think, because he's not on the last deal of his on his contract,
We
and
don't need him for more than like 2 years. I
two,
wouldn't
3
want him
years.
for three
Yeah.
at the absolute max. I'd prefer 2.
Let's see.
Just because he's already like 29, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old is Myles Garrett?
He will turn 30 this season.
Yeah, he's 29
So
right
he
now.
signed a 5-year, $125 million extension with 100 guaranteed. However, his base salary these next 2 years are only about 1.2. With incentives, they can get up to 18 or 19. The cap hit would only be 19 mil and 20 mil. So if Cleveland took some of the hit, because they're going to be on the books for a lot of money. We
Yeah,
could easily only get him for a $12 million cap hit because in 2027 he's a undrafted free agent or an unrestricted free agent, and then he has 3 void years.
that's an ideal trade candidate right
Yeah,
there. The definition of ideal.
it would be ideal. Now, what we would have to give up for him
A good amount.
is going to be in the ballpark of the Deshaun Watson trade. Ironically, from another team to Cleveland, now it's from Cleveland to another team. He's going to be at a minimum 2 first-round picks.
See, and that's my problem. We're giving up future draft picks right there.
It'll be at least one. I think we can all agree it'll at least be a first-round pick.
But we can't have it. Yes, we're picking at 29 this year, but we can't have it be this year or next year.
If we could give them, if we could give them our first this year at 29.
Yep.
Say that's essentially we drafted him at 29th overall, but then we also give up Jonathan Allen if they take him because you guys know I want him gone.
Yes, he did.
I feel like they could use them to replace some lost D-line efforts, and then give them a third or fourth.
And
Do you think that could work?
A third from next year.
Yeah.
You could put Jazier or Johnny Newton on the line if you trade away Jonathan Allen.
I don't know if you would trade Newton because you just drafted him and you believe.
We trade Allen over Newton.
No. I'm saying you could put Johnny Newton on the line if you
starting
trade away. Yes.
Yeah, he'd take a spot. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Him and whoever we draft.
Here's my question: would you rather trade Allen, or do you think you get better capital out of Payne?
I'm okay.
Because Allen's coming off that pec injury, technically still coming off of it.
I don't think that's really going to affect his value that much.
Yeah. I don't think it would.
I don't think it's tremendous, but I think if they were gonna say we'd give you a first and a third, now might balloon to like we'll give you a first and a fifth. Like it's just enough to be like.
Well, if it's a first and third compared to first and fifth, I'm okay switching it to Payne.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. But then, right after we hear this ginormous, dog pound news, is Chris and I are sitting here. It's about 8:00 Eastern, probably about dinner time for Andrew on the West Coast. And I see Twitter. I see Tom Pelissero repost a Cooper Kupp tweet, and I'm thinking, what is Cooper Kupp tweeting about?
Oh yeah.
He was let by the team know that he will be available for trade this off season. And for those who follow us on Instagram, first of all, like, subscribe, go follow us on all the socials, links down in the description. Go support your boys. I tagged a few people, especially Alexis and Jake from Downtown Rams, and I asked, how do you guys feel about this? And Alexis said, no, I do not like this. Because who here saw Cooper Kupp saying, I'm going to be available for trade? I'll wait.
Surprised me.
Let me rephrase this. Should Washington go after the Triple Crown winner, Super Bowl MVP, Cooper Kupp?
Yes and no.
Okay. Explain.
I say yes, because then we have somebody to pair up with Terry, which we've desperately needed for years. But I say no because when did he get drafted?
2017. He was a.
See, I say no. I say no because he's gonna start not decline, but he's gonna start getting there in age, and the max we're only gonna have him is probably 2 to 3 years. Yes, you could use that, but we don't know how long Terry's gonna stay for, and which Terry will probably stay, Let's be real. We'll probably end up re-signing Terry again,
As we should.
but I don't know, man. I'd rather go out and get Garrett Wilson from the Jets. I would. I think if we were to get Garrett Wilson, I think it would be better.
Here's the thing, though. If we end up getting Myles Garrett, we're not going to get Myles Garrett and Garrett Wilson or Myles Garrett and T. Higgins. I don't think Adam Peters is going to want to trade the picks and give up all that money to get both of them. So I feel like if we end up getting Myles Garrett, Cooper Kupp would be a good, cheaper option, especially since Los Angeles said they'd be willing to eat a chunk of his contract.
Yeah. Which is huge.
And if we don't end up getting Myles Garrett, I'd be okay with, like you said, a younger Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, someone better and younger who could be with the team for probably longer than Kupp would.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like I said earlier about Myles Garrett, don't want him. Cooper Kupp, I would love to have, but he's getting there in age, and I just don't think it would.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, we know what Jaden could do. We saw it this season with what weapons he had. Take this team 12-5 and get him to an NFC title game. If he did have somebody like a Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, or Cooper Kupp, I think they would be not. I'm not saying enough, but it would
a step in the right direction.
Yeah, a step into the right direction. Hell, it might even leap them maybe into a Super Bowl because of the offense carrying them. But we don't want to build a damn super team to where we have to give away all of our draft picks, to where we sign old aging vets, because let's be real, that was some Dan Snyder
That's the
bullshit.
key part.
Yeah. That was some Dan Snyder bullshit. We don't need that in Washington. Yes, they're great players, but like I said, age is going to catch up to you. And hell, look at if you look at the slant Terry ran against Pittsburgh this season, he got caught by Joey Porter Jr. If that was rookie Terry is gone. Because look at rookie Terry on that slant versus Philadelphia, he was gone.
Yeah.
So you can even tell with Terry, it might start to catch up to him. But I mean, getting back to Cooper Kupp, yes, he can make great plays on the ball, but and not only that, it's just a matter of if he gets injured, how long will it take it to heal? Because the older you get, your body's not, what it once was.
No, you're 100% right that we need to build a younger team, because especially since this team is sort of on the uprise, we don't want to keep signing and putting our capital towards older, aging vets like Myles Garrett, like Cooper Kupp. Although that's not to say that I would still be very excited if we got him. As long as we don't give up too much. If we get him, I'm going to be excited. I want younger players. I want T. Higgins. I want Garrett Wilson. If we get Cooper Kupp, I will be excited. That's what I'm going to leave it at.
I'm not fully against it. Would I love it? No. But would I hate it? No. I'd just be in the middle of like,
You would be excited if it happened, but you wouldn't be devastated if it never did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. I think we were all in the same boat of like, oh, if we got Bobby Wagner, cool. If we didn't, we understand he wants to go to a winner. And now I think he wants to. I think Bobby comes back.
Oh yeah, easily
for sure. I think if I had to choose between the two, and I'll sort of wrap up this conversation, is I'd probably go with Garrett. I think because the leadership he would bring, the insight he would bring, he seems like a Dan Quinn guy of like 2 hands in the dirt, gonna run you over, and I'm gonna have some fun while doing it. Would I
Hmm.
enjoy Cooper Kupp wearing probably not 10 because Tress wears 10, although Tress at this rate could wear 1,000 numbers and he'll still sell jerseys. Um, Absolutely, because it brings the pressure off Terry. But I think with injury concerns, like Chris was saying, and the age of Kupp already being in his 30s as well, there's a different level of expected fall off from wide receivers to edge rushers, and I think Garrett is still kind of in his prime, where this
Hmm.
season you could tell Kupp might have lost a step, regardless of PT. I would give my vote into the Myles Garrett egg basket, but I don't know if it's going to be worth the capital.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of capital, speaking of old DC, not only does Washington D.C. now have full control of the RFK Stadium lot the um, per Washington D.C. mayor. I'm gonna pull up the quote real quick because I had to put that in there. I thought I found it interesting. Mayor Bowser says official D.C. controls the designated RFK Stadium. The Council of D.C. unanimously approved my legislation to accept the transfer jurisdiction of RFK to D.C. and now we have the opportunity to put the land to productive use. I think we all wanted RFK back. I think we're getting RFK back. It's gonna take a minute. It'll take a minute, but RFK is on the rise back up. That's not where I was
Hmm.
going with this. Where I was going with this was our current owner, Josh Harris. God bless Josh Harris. God bless the man. I hope everything he does brings success because he's brought us success, except for the Sixers, apparently. Um, he had a press conference. I believe it was Monday afternoon, if not Sunday, talking about the future of the team. And he specifically said the commander's name is here to stay. It means something. But on the radio show, 1067 The Fan, Grant Paulson, Danny Roher, and a lot of fans have caught up on the traction that we might be getting a uniform change or a uniform tweak on the current uniforms. Now, Andrew was modeling the current black alternate jerseys he's been wearing all season. Um, I think we have all kind of agreed they need some work done. I think unanimously we have all hated the white jerseys.
No,
Yep. Yep.
bullshit.
We all hate him,
Chris,
especially Chris.
Chris,
I love the
we
white
all
news. White
we
on white looks the best.
Chris, we all agreed that they were concept Madden jerseys for the Cardinals when Color Rush was a thing.
Bro, the black
Exactly.
unis look worse.
I
What? Black are
I
some of the
see.
best in the entire league,
I
Chris.
Oh,
I don't know about
bro.
it in the league, but
In the
Bro,
league.
I would
bro.
take the blacks over the whites, but I don't
No.
know if I would take the blacks over like a Houston Oilers or even like a Dallas
Probably not.
alternate. Like those Dallas white alternates from like their throwbacks, clean.
Those are nice. Those are nice.
Um Now, what everyone's thinking, I'm gonna put the graphics up, and I'll send these
I'm
to you guys
looking
too,
here.
is what I think is gonna happen is gonna put the white stripe back on the helmet.
Hopefully.
We might get a yellow face mask. Although
Hopefully.
I've kind of grown into the all burgundy. I've kind of grown into it.
Mm,
It's not great, but I've gotten used to it enough to where I'm like, oh yeah, it's Washington right there. Um, but what I see a lot of people doing is taking the old Redskins jerseys, where it's the block letters with the simple stripes, and all you do is you clean it up, you make it one color to the stroke on the outside paws, and instead of having Redskin on, the chest plate up here, you put that Commander's thing on it, and you're good to go. Um, the other thing that I see a lot of people talking about, and shout out to um, a little design on Twitter on Instagram, is he did an edit of Jaden Daniels in the
In the
2000
spear.
in the Fear the Spear throwback uniforms
Oh yeah,
that
those were
we
nice.
have been saying we want to see for like the past 2 years now. What do you guys think of this news? Because initially, when I heard the news of, they're gonna make some tweaks in the uniform, I said there's no way it doesn't make sense now to make the tweaks. What do you guys think?
We need the Fear the Spear ones. I mean, those were some of the best uniform concepts I've seen since probably the rebrand when we changed to Washington football team and all those people were making Red Wolves jerseys. And yes, I'm still salty that that's not our name. And we don't have Red Wolves jerseys. But a Fear the Spear alternate throwback would absolutely make up for that. So
All right,
that was nice.
let me break it down like this. All right. You tweak the uniform name or tweak the
Mhm.
uniforms. You make it like some some like old Redskin type shit. Just, you can't put the Redskins, unfortunately. Um, but the NFL does have what's that helmet rule? What is it, like the 2 helmet, 3 helmet rule?
I think it's 3 helmet now.
Okay, 3. Look, this is what you could do, right? You could bring in some white helmets, right?
Okay.
To like go with the white jerseys and shit. You know. Here's what I do: get rid of them ugly ass black uniforms and bring back the
Dang.
spear. Bring back the spear, and you wear it versus like division rivals, bro. You give it that classic feeling. You give it that Redskin Cowboy feeling. You give it the Redskin Eagle feeling. Redskins giant, dude. You could, oh my god, you could cook with them damn uniforms, and you don't even have to wear them all the time. You could just wear them versus division rivals when you're at home, literally. Like, bro, I'm telling you, we. Oh, and with the gold pants too. Well, not the gold.
Yeah,
You bring back.
that's a must.
Oh, the gold for sure.
If we get rid of the black uniforms, though, I'm going to crash out. I love these
I
things to death.
I would be happy, but dude,
Me
not
and you
only
cannot agree on that.
not only that, you could do the white on gold, which I want to see next
Yeah,
season. I want to
I
see
wouldn't
that,
mind.
but you need to look, if you bring back the stripes, you need to put them down the side of the pants, like
Agreed.
the white.
Mhm.
What was it? The
Really?
gold, white, gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what. And do the bring back the stripe on the helmet. I should. I'm that guy, but you bring back the gold, and put it on
Mm-hmm.
or the white, gold, white, whatever the hell they do now.
Yeah.
Just put it on the helmet, but give it that old classic retro, like Redskin type feeling. I know we're trying to get away from that, but just do it, man. Like every fan I have talked to down at work, they have wanted the name back. I still see people wearing like Redskins stuff, like Redskins like Super Bowl jackets, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the only reason why we can start with the name change or the logo change or the just not rebrand, retool of the jerseys is because we have new ownership.
oh yeah,
Josh Taylor, I think, tweeted about it the other day. Is generally we can't, because this would have been our third change in 5 years. That is like the max. But the extenuating circumstance is new ownership change is the reason why we might be getting the tweaks. I
Yep.
I would tweak the white jerseys, but I wouldn't necessarily bring in a white helmet if we can bring in the Fear the Spear, because the magic that we had against Chicago wearing the black jerseys.
bro.
Bro, I call
Chris,
them
you said
battle
you were
blacks.
superstitious.
Yeah, you're
It means
superstitious now.
you can't dislike them then.
Look. I am. I really am. But let's be real. If this dude isn't doing this in the end zone
That's fair.
and
That's
he's
fair.
actually focusing on the damn play, we probably lose that game. Okay.
That's also fair. First of all, never do that again on camera. I might just clip that for a meme by itself. Never do that again on camera. Secondly, you're not far off either. You're probably not far off. And I'm sure your girlfriend didn't appreciate you doing that in front of her.
I like it.
There she is.
We'll talk later. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think honestly, if I were retooling even just the regular burgundy jerseys, incorporate the flag a little bit. Like maybe make that the sleeve
Ooh,
design.
interesting.
Like
The Maryland flag?
well, the DC flag, it's the 2 stripes and
DC
then the 3
flag.
stars. Because you could do like
Oh, yeah. Hold
that.
up. This.
Like make
Right
the
there.
2 red stripes like white and add like gold stars or something as like the sleeve pattern. Like I enjoy how the black did it. Now they should have done the flag, I think, on the helmet instead of the weird W forehead kiss thing. Because it's super weird. But like there's different things like that. They could go back to the old Redskins format, or they might just fill in all the diamond plate and make that solid color. Even if they just did
I'm
that,
cool with that.
make
Yeah.
the diamond plate on all 3 jerseys solid. You take the black out of the equation, you replace it with gold. It becomes better. I think we can all agree. They're called tweaks for a reason. If they like Andrew, stand up so they can see the number real quick, or you can move that down. Yeah, there you go, ladies. But even if they made the 17 where it's got all the perforing and all the diamond plate, make that solid gold. I think we'd all agree it makes it a little bit nicer. And like
Definitely.
it doesn't need the weird cut through the 7. Make that solid and make the red stroke a
Yeah.
little, or flip it, make it the gold outline with red text.
Yeah.
Like
I like that too.
there could be a variation of things. I might have to do some mock-ups later. I just don't think it's gonna be a big overhaul the way some people think.
Nah, it's probably
Doesn't have to
not.
be.
No.
It's cool.
But it would be cool to at least bring back the spear
For sure.
uniform. That, or you bring back the yellow helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can bring those back.
The R.
Yeah.
Oh, those ones. Yeah. Those are nice as a throwback.
Hey, bro, let's be real. You know what you could do? Yo, you can't say that.
What you thinking?
Yo, I'm thinking that you know how Dan Quinn had that shirt with the W and the tail feather?
The feather? Yeah.
Bruh, do that.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Just do that.
I think that might be pushing it only because they would have to figure out a way to make that work as like a jersey.
Hey, bro, you could do it.
They definitely could. I think that one's gonna get a little weird. But again, if they did the 2005 75th anniversary spear, or even if they just went kind of with the old Redskins template and just made the few tweaks, they're gonna sell it like hotcakes.
Yep.
Bro, if they brought
Agreed.
back like Redskin uniforms, you know,
because you see people making the old Redskins uniforms with like JD5, like Daniels 5 as theirs, and it's like, I kind of miss those.
Bro looks.
Oh, they're nice. They are nice.
Same.
I think we can all sit here and say, with the process of AP and Quinn and Harris and Co, what they've done so far, no reason to doubt them.
It's true.
There's no reason to. Hold up a sec. To this. All right. Well, with that being said, there is a lot to look forward to in this offseason. The draft, we're obviously going to go live, or the plan is to go live night one of the NFL draft. But that is still 2.5 months away. NFL Combine's coming up.
Wow.
Trades are going to happen. Free agency is going to happen. There's going to be a lot of collaborations. I'm putting in the works with some collaborations with some of our content creator buddies. We got that in the works, guys. Any last remarks before we get out of here, fellas?
Let's get some talent. Cooper Kupp, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, or my preference in Myles Garrett.
Chris, any closing remarks?
Hey, you know what? Like Andrew said, get some talent. But you know what? At the end of the day, we'll be back next year. I'm telling you, we will be back next year. All right? As long as we got JD5, we will be back next year. Trust me. We put our faith in them this past season.
Yep.
Ain't no reason to do it again come next season. And this whole
Facts.
season.
Mm-hmm. I like you guys. I like it. But guys, as we head out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Road to 500 subscribers is going to keep going until we get there, and that's a road to 1,000. But make sure you share it with all your friends and hit that post notification bell every time that we upload. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. We're going to keep doing mock drafts on said social medias. We're going to have our recap of the season meme reel. I got that in the works. You're going to see that Instagram and TikTok. And then post Super Bowl, we had a conversation about it. We're going to do our official mock draft season start after the Super Bowl. Andrew or Chris, I'm gonna get your thought here quick as we head out. Andrew and I have Chiefs going 3-peat. Who are you going for, Philly or the Chiefs?
As a Skins fan, fuck Philadelphia. Fuck them. I don't care. I want Kansas City to win. As an NFL fan, I don't give a fuck who wins at this point because I hate them both. Like, it should be us versus Buffalo.
Fair. America's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Fair. But we're all in agreement. As much as we don't want either team to win, I'll take a 3-peat over Philly fans.
Yeah, I'll take a 3-peat over Philly.
3-peat.
Amen to that.
Especially after what that Philly fan did up in Philadelphia.
Man. Hey. So we will find out on February 9th what the Super Bowl is going to be. 3-peat or is Saquon going to get his ring? Either way, make a little bit of history. But guys, we will talk about that later on social media. Let's wrap things up. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's get some talent in the off season. Let's look forward to this off season because it's going to be muy bueno in DC. Let's raise hell during this off season. And guys, as you stay tuned, make sure that you stay ballin', and we will see y'all out there.